Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into some really unique source material.
Yeah, this looks fascinating.
It's excerpts from Homeopathic Materia Medica by William Boericke, MD, specifically the version presented by MediT.
Right, a materia medica, a collection of substances and their observed effects, basically.
Mm-hmm.
From a homeopathic perspective, of course.
Exactly. It gives us this historical lens on how certain compounds were thought to affect people, mind, and body.
Mm-hmm.
And our subject today is Carboneum Hydrogenisatum.
Also known as carbureted hydrogen.
That's the one. So our mission really is to unpack what this text says about it, see what characteristics, what surprising details pop out.
Even from what might seem like a pretty short entry sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's jump in. The general symptoms described for Carbonium hydrogenisatum, they start off pretty intensely. It says the effects resemble an apoplectic attack.
Wow, okay, so like a stroke or something sudden and severe affecting the brain?
Right. And then it gets more specific. It mentions spasm as in lockjaw.
Trismus, the medical term.
Yes, trismus. And it adds involuntary stools and urine. It paints quite a picture.
It really does. I mean, straight away, that tells you we're looking at something with a pretty severe systemic impact.
Systemic, meaning affecting the whole body.
Yeah, and particularly the nervous system.
Yeah.
That apoplectic attack reference points to brain function disruption.
Okay.
And lockjaw, trismus, that's serious muscle spasm. It screams neurological issues, problems with motor control.
So a powerful effect right from the start.
Definitely a disorganizing effect on fundamental body functions.
Okay, so those are the physical signs, pretty dramatic ones. But then we get to the mind section. And, here's where it gets really interesting for me. It starts with stupefaction, which, okay, maybe that fits with the severe physical stuff.
Yeah, a dulling of the senses, maybe cognitive impairment. That could direct.
But then right after that, it says, an extraordinary sensation of contentment.
Contentment. Yeah. Alongside stupefaction and those physical symptoms.
Exactly. Extraordinary contentment. How does that even work? How do you reconcile those two?
Well, that's the paradox, isn't it? That's what makes it so compelling. Stupefaction and contentment.
Yeah.
It suggests the substance isn't just like shutting things down. It seems capable of inducing these really unusual, almost contradictory mental and emotional states.
So the physical misery might not match the internal feeling.
Precisely. It hints at a really complex change in perception, maybe self-awareness. Mm-hmm. It's not straightforward suppression.
And it doesn't stop there with the mind symptoms. There's this other observation. All thoughts appear in a moment as if seen in an inner mirror.
An inner mirror.
Wow.
That phrase, it's so evocative, right? It really stands out. You don't necessarily expect that kind of descriptive language.
It's quite poetic, actually. And while materia medicas do often rely on subjective reports from provings.
Right, where they test substances on healthy people.
Yeah, but inner mirror.
Yeah.
That feels like it goes beyond just listing a symptom. What do you think it implies?
Well, it suggests maybe a kind of hyper introspection.
Yeah.
Or like detachment, where your own thoughts become objects you can observe.
Observe from a distance, almost.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
As if the thoughts are externalized, but still inside you. It's a fascinating description of an altered state. The normal flow of thought is like reconfigured.
Made more vivid, maybe? Or just separate from the self observing them?
Could be either, or both. It's a remarkable window into someone's subjective experience under its influence. Really makes you think about how we perceive our own minds.
Okay, so profound mental effects. What about physically, beyond the initial shock? Did it mention anything else specific, like the eyes?
It did, yes. Very specific details about the eyes.
What were they?
Lids half-soused.
Okay.
Oscillation of eyeballs.
Like moving back and forth involuntarily.
Exactly. Nystagmus, potentially.
Yeah.
And then critically, pupils insensible to light.
Pupils insensible to light. That sounds bad.
It is significant, yeah. These eye symptoms, they really reinforce the idea of a major impact on the nervous system.
Okay.
How so?
Well, half-closed lids, oscillating eyeballs, that points towards issues with muscle control, neurological compromise again.
Right.
But the pupils being insensible to light, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Physiologically, the pupillary light reflex is basic. It tests brainstem function.
The way your pupils shrink when light hits them.
Correct. If they're insensible to light, it suggests a serious disruption in the autonomic nervous system's control pathways.
Yeah.
It really connects back to that initial apoplectic attack idea, a profound disturbance.
So let's try and pull this all together. We have these severe physical symptoms like an apoplectic attack, the lockjaw. Then this really strange mix of mental states, stupefaction, but also this extraordinary contentment.
Right, the paradox.
And that incredibly specific inner mirror description of thoughts, plus the eye symptoms, especially the pupils.
Yeah.
What's the overall picture here? How do these pieces define Carbonium hydrogenisatum in this materia medica? What does it all mean?
Well, I think what's insightful is how this relatively brief historical description paints such a distinct profile.
Yeah.
It shows a substance capable of causing profound physical distress, mimicking serious neurological events.
Okay.
But simultaneously, it produces these deeply unusual states of mind. The paradoxical contentment, that heightened, almost detached internal awareness suggested by the inner mirror.
So it's the combination that's key.
Exactly. It highlights this complex relationship between body and mind, physical symptoms, and subjective experience.
Yeah.
Even from just a few lines, you get a memorable and quite unique picture of its perceived effects. It's a snapshot of trying to categorize both physical and the deeply personal internal changes.
That really is a compelling picture. We've journeyed through quite a set of effects for Carbonium hydrogenisatum. It's striking, that mix of the physical severity and those vivid, almost poetic mental descriptions.
It is.
It just goes to show, doesn't it? Even in these short, older medical entries, you can find these really rich, surprising details. They paint such a powerful image.
And it leaves you thinking, doesn't it? It sort of raises a bigger question, perhaps, for you listening. How do these incredibly specific, sometimes really strange observations like that inner mirror thing, how do they shape our understanding? Our understanding of human experience, of how substances affect us, even when viewed through these historical lenses.
Yeah, what does it mean to really try and observe and record those internal states, especially when they're so altered?
Exactly. What can these old descriptions, these attempts to catalog the subjective, tell us about consciousness itself and how people understood it back then? It's something to mull over.
Definitely something to think about. So we encourage you, as always, keep doing your own deep dives. Whatever sources you come across, look for those surprising connections, those hidden details.
You never know what you'll find.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Okay, 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 okay. Oh, yeah, wait, tahu dah lah.